We got ourselves a Vengecraft versus Monfel. DH versus DH. Immediate hunt by Venge. Wait, actually kind of delayed his hunt for a second as Monfel, I think, went for... Was it a defensive? He delayed his hunt for some reason, but Monfel is taking so much damage, having to go for a bit of a meta of his own. Darkness down for one of the Demon Hunter's Sigil. If you were to lock him for a second Venge, if you got yourself a decent spot, you could potentially have yourself a big I-beam with a big old hunt right now from Monfel. Might be able to get himself a lot of health recovery. If he can land a few good hits, Trinket, stun into Venge, goes in for Trinket of his own, has himself a little bit of that health advantage, just enough to sneak bypast Monfel with Mortal X coming out up next. Full Crusade at the ready. Man's just running in to blast the guy out as soon as possible. Full immunity out for Vengecraft. Does he have any outs for this one? Blind Mortal just not even getting this guy an opportunity to get any kind of recovery or any kind of escapes. Man sees a stun, but I don't really know what a DH can do in that situation where the Paladin just blasting you, not letting you get any kind of healing. And Mortal, I think, wants to go in with a full Crusade towards Chill, but Chill is just taking sweet time. Mortal doesn't really want to charge at Chills. He kind of wants to back up out of there. Chills, as soon as the wings gas out, he's gonna go into gas right in there. Full stun onto Mortal. Does go in for the wall. Silence to follow. Might be in a bit of a weird spot. Does not have a Trinket or a Dwarven Racial. Are both of them down? I guess both of them just down. That's got himself bubble, full burst on the Chill Pills. Doesn't have the wings to combine here though. Stun on the Chill, does have himself the way to break out of it with the Human Racial. Quick blind onto Mortal X. Has himself the pad as well with the goal to hopefully keep himself steady here. Got himself the probably AMS going back up. Yeah, does have AMS for the perfect setup. Mortal might be in a weird spot. Stun to follow. I think Chill Pills might be able to chop right through him. Man's got himself a little bit of defense, a little bit of healing, but I don't really know what you can do with those back-to-back stuns. Just encompassing you completely. Sacrificing the goal right afterwards just so he is ready to go for the next one. From one pally into the next zone, Merlin ready to charge and blast. Chill Pills is behind on his Human Racial. Does drop down a dome here really quickly. Has ABF in case he wants to. Merlin trying to see if he can just ramp up with the full Crusade. For Chill Pills, has got to find a way to control the Crusade if at all possible. That or use his defenses to deal with it. But AMS is getting absolutely chopped off in just a couple of swings of that Wake of Ashes. Looking just to see if it can be a mobile death that blasted his way out of there just with the mobility alone. Merlin should have the line of sight. Hand of Fatum keeping him running. Got himself Chain of Ice now that Hand of Fatum is down. And Chipples finally can get himself a breather. That's all he wants at this point. But he's got himself cooldowns too. Still a bit of Crusade. Dust gas down for a second. Blind on the Chills. But it's not going to go for a Searing Glare right after. Stunned by the Death Knight. Have himself an opportunity to maybe get himself a big go. Merlin silenced out. Might be looking at a bubble right now. Does go for the bubble. Chill Pills with a stun. IBF is available. Might just have to use it. Trying to hold on to the best possible AMS just to protect himself from the holy damage with a couple of Death Strikes back to back to looking for that recovery. Might be looking at a potential Death Pact here as well, as the cell's still teetering on very low. Merlin able to go for a bit of recovery. Shield Defendants keeping him nice and healthy. Could at least go for heals here and there. Chill Pills going back in though with another stun opportunity before Merlin can recover any of this forbearance. Wake of Ashes eats it right to the face, but he's trying to see if he can chop right through it. Lay on hands does let Merlin stabilize. I don't know if Chill Pills has enough here. AMS just keeps him afloat. Doesn't have the cooldowns to combine it. He's just trying to see if he can keep chopping up whatever procs of obliterates he has just to fight it tooth and nail with Merlin. Quick stun for a moment. Might be able to seek away obliterate too. Might just have it. Oh, does get himself the Howling Blast at the very tail end with either Cray Lol or Kaz gonna be up next. It looks like Cray's looking at Kaz. I think he's waiting for him. He's looking back at him. I like the helm for the Shadow Priest, by the way. You have like these little peepers out of that hoodie. And they're like stars. It actually looks kind of good. That's so rough though. Wow, yeah, dude, DK damage, the Frost DK, we don't really get to see him as much anymore, but they got some numbers behind them. Like the burst is quite there. Not great in sustain damage, but the hit and runs, the burst setups they can do are actually quite good. Trying to see if we can go for a full Disperse to try to see if he can counter the damage. Chill Snowball bounce in midair, trying to see if he can get a setup. Second stun to follow. Kazan might be in a lot of trouble. Got himself maybe mind control into a quick interrupt at the very tail end by Chills. PI is available for Kaz, trying to see if he can get himself any kind of CC. Chillpa's just using grips just to disrupt the guy as best as possible. Got himself a stun. Is going to be able to break out of it fairly quickly. There goes the MC. At some point he had to do it. Kaz at least able to get himself the high ground and maybe get himself a bit of a recovery. He got also the Aegis proc in here. which is unfortunate. The Aegis proccing while Chip is super far away. But if the Aegis, what is that? How short is that cooldown? 1.5 minutes? Maybe it'll be back up before Chippa's got himself another big go, or a haymaker of a go. Kaz at least is able to back up out of there for just a second. AMS to cover it himself. Kaz needs an answer for this stun. Remorseless Winter, it is gonna lock you in. I think Chippas might just have it here without even cooldowns. Just a chill streak bouncing between the priest and the pet, enough for him to get enough damage just to go for a couple of blitz, and he's still holding on to his full set of cooldowns right now. Dampening though is only at 26%, so his healing is gonna start to wane little by little. That's such a good lineup. Behind the pillar like that for the sniper shot, that was so good. I think he more or less knows the hunter's gonna get an opener. Rapid fire goes behind the pillar. At the very least, he has the pet to get some resources off of. Gotta be that bonding shot of Scray, trying to get himself that angle. He just needs to get a couple of rapid fires, and he'll be golden. Try to go for a knock. It actually puts him back on the platform. Quick blind onto Cray as he's dropping down. Try to see if he can call this a full stun around him. Stun. Gonna get a second stun to follow. It's a little bit of a DR, but it should still work out either way though. Snowball bouncing between the hunter and the pet. Hunter needs to find a way to separate away from the pet so the ball does not bounce anymore. Does go for another grip. Trey might be looking at a big defensive here. That is Survival of the Fittest, taking a death struck with him as Shilpos takes it all the way around the corner with a Lichborn. Got himself at least a little bit of self-healing, a little bit of leech, a little bit of DR. Freezing Trap does eat it. Sniper shot around the corner. Trying to see if he can maybe try to find a way to counteract it. Rapid Fire still does plenty of damage. Turtle Shell is available for Cray. As long as Cray does not get stunned, he'll be fine. Starting to get himself another sniper shot. Just watching the Death Knight like a zombie. Just charging at the guy. Slowly walking at him like a juggernaut of just pain incarnate. Short stun on Chills, but I don't know if Cray has anything here left. And does get a grip, but Chills with a quick obliterate right after. That is so much damage out of this man right here. It is crazy. It is actually, I feel like as long as the game isn't in high dampening, Chills actually gives himself an opportunity to like play the game and actually get some solid heals. But he's running out of clock. He's trying to speed run this duels. Got ourselves Bellator over for the team one. We're still missing a guy, but Hawk is on the team. We got a Cube. We got ourselves Live. Going to be first up versus a Gosa. Gosa with an incap as he gets rooted. Breaking out of it fairly quickly. I want to introduce everybody on team two before this duel starts, but I don't think I'll be able to. Does go for the root. That is a cheeky little kick out of the monk while he goes through the boom kid as the man is trying to see if he can ramp up a little bit of damage. We're missing one on team one. Hopefully we'll get him here in just a second. Big knockback onto Life right now. Trying to see if he can just maybe live this a little bit. That's going to be Gosa with a cyclone. And breaks out of it with a quick kick onto Life. I think he might just have him. Needs himself just a little closer to a touch of death. I think he's trying to see if he can get the touch of death. Got himself the fist. Touch of death. There he goes. And Gosa takes it on that team. We got us this Lath waiting his turn. 10 switching over from Rogue to the Demon Hunter. We got ourselves Chicago. So Blood coming back in for some duels with Ice Cube. Got to be up next versus Ghost. Got himself a quick jab arena with a breath to follow. Got himself a frost bomb. Switching over to the frost spec instead of that arcane. I actually like it. Gonna be full stun to Gosa. Does he have some big go? Big ram frost might be enough. Hold on. Karma to try to reverse it. Nova to follow you. This is where you really would have needed to have like an entire full Comet Storm, Glacial Spike, Ray of Frost to really one-shot him, but he does play into the one-shotted build, which I do like to see. He's playing that around the 1 minute mark together with Ice Form, which is actually going to give him immunity to stuns. So Gosa cannot really do much to stop him, unless he can like incap him or ring a piece him, so you might have to save one of the abilities whenever Ice Cube does go on for a full go, unless he could go for a full clean poly and then get all the cooldowns together. For Ice Cube, this actually might be a really cheeky little situation where you could have a big go every minute, like one-shotty style go. Nova as Gosa got himself Serenity. Zoen not available yet. Ice Cube, as long as he lives this, as long as he can mitigate some of this damage, he'll be fine. Got himself full Frost Bomb with a full burst. Does he have himself the combo? Got himself Ray of Frost. Everything is available. Full burst. Looks like Gosa is able to reverse it a little bit with that reverse magic, just denying some like what 33% of magic damage, which does end up stopping Ice Cube's go for a bit there. Still quite a bit of damage on the Frost Mage for Gosa. Has to go for a little reset. Should have a trinket for the next go, unless Ice Cube can maybe end the duel right then and there. Taking a bit of damage while he doesn't have his full go right now. In caps, when is going to end up breaking it? That's going to be the orb dropping in. Do you have the orb that you place on the ground, or is it just like the one you send? I'm not even sure. Got himself a little bit of damage. Goes to take out a bit of the shatters into Ice, but for Ice Cube, has to go into the Ice Cube just to go for a slight bit of reset. For Gosa, he's in a great position. Ice Cube, he's in a decent position. Shifting power to help him get cooldowns back a little. They did actually make the shifting power ability, at least for people that aren't the mage, a little bit less like explodey, arcaney, all up in your face and everything. So I kind of like that change. Interrupt him on ice for a second. That's going to be Ghosta. Trinket it out. Actually, hold on for Ice Cube. This could be a big go. He got the poly. He's got himself everything. As long as he can get himself the full summon to Ghosta. Trying to see if he can ramp it up. Doesn't over him for a second. Ghosta is trying to see if he can break out of it. That's going to be Glacial Karma. Trying to see if he can break past it. That's going to be still quite a bit of damage out of the mage. The way that Ghosta not really getting slowed down by the Ray at all. That is also still the ice form that's letting him just be immune to knockback effects, but also not immune to stuns. For Ice Cube, kind of limited on what he could really do in this situation, trying to see if he can catch up a little bit of survivability. I think he might just have to wait until he gets himself another big go, but Alexiup out of Ghost, a blink out of Cube, able to break himself out of that rune towards the center of the arena, incapped by Ghosta with the Serenity rolling in, Brett to follow, at least able to lock down the monk for a second, and wants to go for a bit of damage. With our ice bomb, maybe that'll be able to do something. Reversing the bomb back to Ice Cube though, that is so cheeky with another ice bomb. Ghosta so far did a great job versus the Boomkin, trying to see if he can fight through the mage, whittling him away bit by bit just to keep the pressure rolling as he got himself the full shifting power. Still spinning Craig, Fist of Fury, and Ice Cube got himself maybe damage coming back up a little. He just gotta get a CC into Ghosta. He's gotta get a full CC into Ghosta. It's gotta be a poly, it's gotta be something. Ghosta cannot use the defensive in between of it. Try to see if we can freeze him. Knockback doesn't really help. Into Alexiup, do you blink it? Does blink it. He just needs to get himself a go. Going for a little bit too early of a burst, but still might be able to get some go. When Ghosta does get frozen up, if you have yourself a full go here with the Ray of Frost, hold on a second. Ghosta still might die. He does go down for Ghosta. I guess he just had nothing. He did have a, what looks like, and maybe there's a little bit of a desync on my end. It looked like Dampen Harm was up, but I'm not 100%. Some of these cooldowns don't actually track with 100% accuracy, because like it depends on Blizzard has it like fully updated over on the spectator side of things, but some of them are not 100% tracked. So it's like it looked like it's up. It looked like he could have used it. I don't know if he could have. He might have not been able to. Maybe him being like locked out potentially prevented it. Ice Cube, not in a great spot right now. Trying to see if he can find himself an angle away from the dragon, but every single one of these dodges with his disintegrates is just melting him down. Nothing he could do. The about a cast heaviness that a Frost Mage has outside of his big goes for Lath Evoker is just huge. These Hockeys approaching is going to claw him down. Immediate cheap shot on the Lath. As long as you can remove all your dots once the death mark is in, you should be okay. Does get himself a Sepsis. Quite a bit of damage. There's going to be Lath going for to remove the poisons as best as possible. I don't think you can remove the Kingsbane the same way though. Does get disintegrates onto Hockeys. The more of this you can get, the better. We're looking for that recovery. 27% dampening does give you a little bit of that healing. For Hockeys, it looked like he used Cold Blood Kingsbane, but he still got himself dance and still got himself full bleeds. Lath no longer with the trinket, Lath no longer with a way to remove the bleeds. If Hawkins goes in for a full go, I don't know if there's a way to stop it. Got himself a full setup. Lath with a stun. Does he get himself a setup too? Shattered right after. Does get himself a wall. Maybe he just fights the rogue with his own pressure. Got himself full mastery. Clucker shatters for the rogue. If Lath can just live somehow, he might be okay. Looking for the recovery. Barely any health. I think it's just over. Unless he somehow lives it. Trying to live it. Needs one more heal. Hawkins had no health whatsoever. Lath, I don't know if you can stop him. Does set up. Oh, I feel like he should have rooted him. I feel like that root should have connected into a full stun. Hawkins does not have an out. Unless she death? Oh no, 10 just denies that she death with Bellator charging in. Where's the fourth? Over the team 1. I'm missing a homie there. 10 avoiding the spear, not even spear of Bastion, it's like spear of the gladiator spear? Is that what they call it now? It used to be called spear of Bastion back in the day. Reflect up for Bellator. I don't think he was able to reflect the hunt back to 10, right? I think he, was he? No, I think it looks like he still got dotted. But maybe was able to prevent quite a bit of that damage. Fear onto 10 for a second, swinging around with a quick stun. Bellator with a big defensive just to catch up a little bit of healing. 10, back it up out, charging back in, while Vengeful Retreat is in the air, avoiding that, immuning that stun Stormbolt. Bellator still got himself the defensive for a little bit longer. That is force a immunity out of 10 as he's waiting for cooldowns to come back before he can do another hit and run towards Bellator. Bellator picking up a little bit of healing, charge back out of 10. If he can find a way to lock him down, he might be okay. He just need to find a way to lock him down for a second. With a full stun, maybe get himself a big rampage and then go for an execute, potentially. But we did get Trap got back in. Okay, so we got a fifth now. That's good. That's good. Into a full stun. Bellator does get cleaned down. 10, not giving him a chance. for Trap God. Swapping over to Survival, actually. Interesting. I like the switcheroo here. Played Marksman, but Survival might be a lot stronger. I mean, this is Survival, right? Stun around the corner. Just needs to get himself a good angle. Setting in the Eagles 10. Looking to charge in. Does get himself maybe a little bit of souls. They could help him recover at 41% dampening. Not much it could really help him, though. And Trap, as long as he keeps the dots going, that's explosive. I think it's over, right? Close? Not quite. Close. Charging in. Into an imprison, does go in for the stun. 10 with a big cleave down. Trap, as long as he can find a way to live the cleave, he'll be okay. Kill shot. That hunt, I like it. You kind of had to send it. You had to go for it. There isn't much you could do in that situation. You just had to go. But the guy just got himself either a grenade or just Serpent Sting at the very end. I'm not even sure. 10 is going to be up next. Not, oh, Blood rather, not 10. Not giving Trap God a chance here. Oh, it's just over. Sack last second. Oh, that's not a feign death. That's a real death. All right, let's get us another one going, boys. 2 for 10. Not bad at all. Just about everybody got to play there, except for like 1 over for the team 2. Chicago specifically, I think, yeah. Let's get us another one going.